Gaming has evolved, but some legendary franchises that once had us hooked have faded into obscurity. These are the games that defined their eras but somehow fell into the shadows. Now, it's time to give them the revival that they deserve. YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here, bringing you a brand new episode of Top 5. And in today's episode, we're diving into the top 5 forgotten gaming franchises that need a comeback. These are the franchises that had an undeniable impact back in the day, and with the right modern spin, they could become even bigger today. Starting off at number 5, we have the Twisted Metal franchise. What happens when you combine crazy car combat with characters who are equal parts terrifying and hilarious? You get Twisted Metal. This iconic series introduced players to vehicular destruction on a grand scale, with characters like Sweet Tooth, Minion, and Mr. Grimm battling it out in explosive arenas with weapons of pure chaos. This franchise became a PlayStation staple during the PS1 and PS2 eras, known for its dark humor, intense gameplay, and brutal multiplayer battles. The last major game release came in 2012 on the PS3, but interest in the franchise hasn't died. In fact, it saw a surprising revival, not as a game, but as a TV show. Starring Anthony Mackie and featuring the chaotic spirit of the games, the show was a fun throwback that brought Sweet Tooth and the Twisted World to life in live action, and is currently in its second season. So, with Twisted Metal back in pop culture thanks to the show, the timing couldn't be better for Sony to release a new, full-fledged game. Give us that over-the-top vehicular mayhem with modern graphics, online chaos, and the return of iconic characters. We're more than ready to hit the gas. Next up at number 4, we have the F-Zero franchise. When it comes to breakneck racing and futuristic speed, F-Zero is still the gold standard, even if it hasn't had a proper new entry in over 20 years. From the SNES original to F-Zero GX on the GameCube, the series was known for its punishing difficulty, sleek hovercrafts, and its incredible sense of speed. Captain Falcon may live on in Smash Bros, but his racing days have been sitting idle for far too long. Fans have been begging Nintendo for a revival, and now, with the release of the Switch 2, the timing couldn't be better. A next-gen F-Zero could push graphical boundaries, deliver 60+ FPS speed in 4K, and bring online multiplayer chaos to the tracks. Plus, the sheer performance upgrade of the Switch successor could finally do justice to the kind of blistering fast gameplay F-Zero was always known for. Nintendo already dipped its toe back in the water with F-Zero 99 on the Switch, so it's clear they haven't forgotten the franchise entirely, but fans aren't looking for a retro rehash anymore. They want GX level ambition with modern polish. The Switch 2 might just be the console that can make it happen. At the halfway point with number 3, we have the Jak and Daxter franchise. Naughty Dog struck gold with Jak and Daxter, blending platforming, open world exploration, and action into a truly unforgettable adventure. What started as a light-hearted platformer with the precursor Legacy quickly evolved into something much darker and more ambitious with Jak 2 and Jak 3, giving players a dynamic world, fast-paced gameplay, and a ton of personality. While there hasn't been a brand new entry in the franchise since Jak X Combat Racing in 2005, the series did get some love in the form of the Jak and Daxter collection, which brought HD remasters of the original trilogy to the PS3 and PS Vita in 2012, and later to the PS4 via digital download. These ports kept the series alive, but fans have long been hoping for more than just a nostalgia trip. With modern hardware, a fresh Jak and Daxter game could bring back the magic with vast open worlds, deeper gameplay mechanics, and next-gen visuals. The demand is real, and Naughty Dog, or even a partner studio, could deliver the kind of epic platforming adventure we haven't seen in years. Next up at number 2, Time Splitters. It's no surprise that Time Splitters is near the top of the list. This franchise was known for its fast-paced, arcade-style FPS action, and its time-traveling storyline. Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect are still regarded as some of the best multiplayer shooters of all time, thanks to their over-the-top weapons, creative maps, and unique characters. The last Time Splitters game came out in 2005, and the series has been left untouched ever since. Fans have been clamoring for a new Timesplitters game for years, and with the rise of online multiplayer shooters, there's no better time for a comeback. A modern Timesplitters could feature online modes, crazy customization options, and even a new story to continue the time-bending adventures. The franchise has the potential to make a massive return, and fans are more than ready for it. And finally, taking the top spot at number 1, Def Jam, a fighting game that combined the best of hip-hop culture and brutal combat. Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York are still some of the most memorable games of the early 2000s. Featuring an all-star lineup of famous rappers, the series had everything. Memorable characters, amazing soundtracks, and dynamic fighting mechanics that made every battle feel like an epic showdown. Since the release of Def Jam Icon in 2007, fans have been begging for a new entry in the series. The hip-hop world is still thriving, and there's no reason why a new Def Jam game couldn't capture that same magic with modern mechanics, more characters, and epic combat. A Def Jam comeback would not only tap into the nostalgia of older players, but could also introduce the franchise to a whole new generation of fans. Do you agree with this list? Which forgotten franchise do you think deserves a comeback? Or maybe there's one I missed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. And until next time, I'll see you later.
Tap the bell icon after subscribing and you'll never miss a video again. And consider checking out my Facebook page as well for daily gaming updates and news. Thanks guys.
Video games have always loved a good crossover, but sometimes the best cameos are the ones you don't expect. From gritty shooters to skateboarding sims, these surprise appearances leave a lasting impression, whether they're hilarious, epic, or just plain bizarre.